Hey, Rob here. I was thinking the other day, I was talking with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about the lockdown and all that stuff. And this is a conversation that at some level or other I've had with multiple people over the last 9 months or so. And I don't want to sound like I feel sorry for myself, because that's, one of my positions in life is no blaming, no complaining, no playing victim. That's just not an area that I want to find myself in. Doesn't mean I'm not prone to it, because I will find myself occasionally feeling sorry for myself, and I try and pull out of it ASAP. But when I see it in other people, I try and encourage them, look at the bright side, or look at the positive side here. There's a different way of looking at this. And really what I'm trying to do is empower. Because when you take a position of blaming and complaining and whining, you're taking all your power away. You might get ahead, you might find yourself with opportunities that might arise from that, but they're more forced and they're often acquired through power. And that's not a way, you don't want to go there. You really want to progress through competence and through your own volition and work, and focus and mindset. And discipline. Discipline's a big one. So when you get away from that mindset of whining, complaining, and blaming, you're really replacing it with discipline, self-discipline. So that's very key. And I find it's relatively easy to do because I love what I do, and I love marketing. I love being in business, and love being in business with my wife. It's exciting. It's empowering. And whenever there's a challenge or whenever there's a situation that's really trying us, I remind myself to not fall into those negative states. I want to really focus on what can we do with what we have to get through this. So anyways, there's that. So I'm talking with my buddy the other day, and he says, yeah, and he asked how things were going, and I said, yeah, well, lost a bunch of money in the spring, and things have come back, and we're doing pretty good. And he says, yeah, I know. I said, we're all in this together. I said, well, no, you don't really know. You have a job. And he says, well, what do you mean? He says, yeah, but you have a job. I said, I don't have a job. So the government decides to lock me down. Boom, I go to zero. So in one sense, and I feel bad about the restaurant owners because they seem to be hit the worst. But if you're a hair salon or a gym or a restaurant owner, any of the ones that I'm not allowed to open up, it makes absolutely zero sense to me. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is what I was mentioning earlier, the mindset. Sure, there are times where, especially last spring, when I locked down for 3 months and I lost a shitload of money, which, by the way, I don't look at it as loss anymore. I look at it like 3 months were gone. It's just a sunk cost, no use whining about it. But at the time, it was hard to swallow and hard to take, but I had to reconcile that, which I did. And it gives me a tool nowadays, a mindset. It gives me that experience has given me extra power to say, you know what? It's going to be fine. I mean, it's kind of a lot of bullshit here. There's a lot of craziness, but you're not going to get any sympathy from all those around you who are working full time. They don't understand. They don't. I mean, being in business is hard. Now, I'm saying this for the main reason, that is to, if you're in the same boat, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know it's hard. And if you're feeling like you're struggling or you want to give up, it's hard. I get it. I totally get it. It's the way it is, and it's made much, much worse with this pandemic and the restrictions they're putting on us. But you can reconcile it and look at it the way I described a little bit a while ago, and that is to look at the tools that you have and ask yourself, what is it can we do? I mean, to me, the boredom and not being able to do anything is my biggest challenge. So I have to look at that and go, what do I need to do to sort of fill my days in while we're in total lockdown? And I have to keep active in that department. So it's only temporary. It's not going to last forever. But the idea that you're independent and there seems to be a price to pay, and it's like businesses are being sort of put into this category of this, you know, you guys are not allowed to work. The rest of the world goes on, and that's a tough one to reconcile. I get that. I totally understand that. So it's not an easy one. So that's sort of how I explained it to my buddy when he said that we're all in this together. I said, well, yeah, we are, but you got a job. You're working, your paycheck is coming in, you're working Monday to Friday or whatever, and you're still, you get up in the morning, you know, that sense of purpose. You got somewhere to go. The pandemic and the lockdowns are a minor inconvenience compared to, like, you know, you got to wear your mask to work or whatever. But if you're going to work and you're getting paid, there's that. Versus, say, you're running your business, you're not allowed to do anything and you have to stay home. It's a tough call. So you got to plan accordingly. I mean, I know some people who have gone back to work part-time. Mike Long, for example, he mentioned in his post in the Facebook group that he took a job at a grocery store. And he said he, in an odd kind of way, he actually enjoyed it. Well, I think working is an enjoyable and a very essential activity. And that's what I struggle with the most, not being able to work. And then when your hands are tied and you're told by law and decree that you can't open your business, therefore you can't work, that's the thing that I have the biggest struggle with. It would be made much worse by the fact that if I had really big monthly financial obligations, I probably would be looking at bankruptcy at some point in time. But having been in this business so long, I put myself in a position where that is not the case. I mean, we're doing okay, but our debt load is virtually minimal. So that's just, I like to call that good planning. So, but anyways, don't despair. Stay focused and look at your behaviors and your attitude, because I think that that's the most important thing. And you know, if you got a job, that's good. I mean, I was telling my daughter the other day, my daughter's 25, she got a job right out of college last December. She's working full time, and I reminded her last night, I said, you know, you got a job. Just hang on to that, because these are some dark times right now, and this will get you. She wants to start her own agency, and I'm like, just wait, just acquire more skills, put yourself in a good position financially, make sure the timing is right. So she's earning a pretty decent living, but the idea that you have that available to you puts you in a mindset of security and safety. And the mindset of security and safety doesn't necessarily go along with the running your own business, which is the biggest challenge. But it's exciting. I mean, it is exciting. I love working for myself, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So hopefully at some point in time, I won't be forced to go get a real job, but you never know. But for now, I'm very optimistic that in time, everything's going to be fine. There's going to be a lot of demand for fairy portraits, family portraits, baby portraits, and all of that stuff. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Post a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.